president again pressed for the U.S. to take control of Greenland and the Panama Canal. President Trump delivered his first joint address of his second term to a sharply divided Congress on Tuesday, using a combative speech to boast about a slew of executive orders he has signed in a bid to reshape the federal government and to lay out the legislative priorities he hopes to pass, with aid of the Republicans who applauded his every line. 6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America, Trump said in what turned out to be the longest joint session speech in U.S. history by any president. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land, Trump said. Those have included a freeze on all U.S. foreign aid, the withdrawal of the U.S. from the Paris Climate Accord, the rescinding of electric vehicle incentives passed under former President Joe Biden as part of the Inflation Reduction Act, and the implementation of sweeping tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China. Trump said a major goal of his administration was ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars. To that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, perhaps you've heard of it, which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight. He added, Musk's role may be news to a federal judge hearing cases regarding the mass firings of government workers who demanded to know who was in charge of Doge and were told that person was Amy Gleason, who previously worked at the U.S. Digital Service. Trump proceeded to reel off a list of appalling waste Musk and his team had identified, though none of that could be immediately verified, and past claims of uncovering fraud have turned out to be overstated. Despite a campaign pledge to bring grocery prices down on day one of his administration, the price of eggs has continued to rise dramatically under his presidency, due primarily to the slaughter of millions of chickens to stem the spread of bird flu. Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control, and we're working hard to get it back down, Trump said. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. The agency that Rollins runs estimates that egg prices could rise by more than 40% in 2025. While Trump repeatedly went after those Democrats who attended his speech, saying there was nothing he could do to make them happy, notable moments of protest emerged. Representative Al Green, a Democrat from Texas, stood early in the speech and heckled the president. That led to a rebuke from House Speaker Mike Johnson, but Green continued to shout Trump down. "You have no mandate," he yelled. Johnson then instructed the House Sergeant at Arms to remove him from the chamber as Trump's Republican backers chanted, "USA, USA." Some Democrats held signs up during Trump's remarks, some with the word lies printed on them, others read Save Medicare, and many members of the party saw fit to exit the speech before it was finished. In just half an hour, he spewed ignorance on everything from diversity, immigration, and trans kids to Doge cuts and the cost of eggs, Representative Monica McIver of New Jersey said in a statement after walking out on the speech. Trump continued to press his plan to expand U.S. territorial holdings. The Panama Canal was built by Americans for Americans, not for others, but others could use it, but it was built at tremendous cost of American blood and treasure. 38,000 workers died building the Panama Canal, Trump said, adding, "We're taking it back. We have Marco Rubio in charge. Good luck, Marco," he continued. The canal is currently managed and operated by the Panamanian government-owned Panama Canal Authority. Trump then moved on to his next already spoken-for conquest, Greenland. I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future, and if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. Despite the fact that Greenland is a territory of Denmark whose prime minister has repeatedly stated that the island is not for sale, Trump assured his audience otherwise. "I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it," he said. Despite a contentious White House meeting last week with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky that resulted in accusations that Trump had sided with Russian President Vladimir Putin, Trump said Tuesday that a deal to end the war was still possible. "Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine," Trump said. The letter reads, "Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer." "I appreciate that he sent this letter," Trump said, adding that his administration had been conducting simultaneous negotiations with Russia and has received strong signals that they are ready for peace.